everybody. Happy Thursday. Um, I want to say a lot of stuff is going on this weekend. This weekend is going to be crazy packed with a couple of interesting transits. And what I say about transits, when I look at a transit in the natal chart, it's always the transiting planets hitting your natal chart. Um, and what we have this weekend is we have some interesting things, like I said. We have Uranus going into retrograde. It has been in Gemini since early July, and now it reverts back to Taurus. And it is in Taurus until January 2nd, 2026. So, pretty much the outer planets, which are called the generational planets. And what I mean by that is um, typically Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Um, they stay in a sign for a long time. So they stay in retrograde about 50% of the time. So, what does this mean for you? You're probably thinking. So, Uranus, just to kind of give you a little background on Uranus, it is the planet of awakening, rebellion, and it asks us to reflect when it goes and breakthroughs, sorry, and it asks us to reflect before acting. So whenever you have a Uranus transit in your natal chart, it's like, boy, I didn't see that coming, but yet I feel it coming on some level. So in Taurus, it's going to focus on money, values, security, the body, and the earth. So, some themes to highlight is, where are you stuck in your comfort zones that limit growth? Freedom around finances, possessions, and personal securities. Think of things like that. Like, how does this all look and feel for me? And where do I need to kind of make some specific changes? So, I wanted to talk about that. Another thing that we have is a lunar eclipse. It's the full moon in Pisces, and I've said on other shows, full moons are about endings. They are, in Pisces. Pisces equals dreams, intuition, spirituality, compassion, and release. It is the 12th house. So it is very karmic. And this is really about an invitation to surrender control and trust the flow of life. It is called referred to. This moon is called the corn moon, and it dates back to the Native Americans growing their crops, being really close to autumn so that's really kind of the background. There's a whole big story around it. um and it's really the symbolism here is abundance, gratitude, and really reaping what you've sown. It's it's your time to really celebrate your personal harvest, the progress, growth, and the lessons of the year. Prepare for a seasonal shift towards autumn. Really, with Pisces, it's release what no longer serves you, just as farmers clear fields after a harvest. So, how these things are kind of going to work together is really about deep transformation. Uranus is going to shake up some foundations, and ask us to really rethink our relationship to security and values. Pisces is going to dissolve old patterns, making spiritual, growth for a spiritual renewal. Um, and really, what we're harvesting is not just crops, but the results of what we've planted this year. Liberation is going to come from letting things go, and endings open doors for freedom and alignment, and some of the things you might be, thinking about is, where am I holding on to comfort that prevents me from growth? What are some things that I just can't kind of get rid of? What illusions or habits am I ready to release? And what am I most grateful for harvesting this year? I mean, this year is quickly coming to a close. It's been a crazy year astrologically. I feel like crazy um in a in an eye-opening way, I would say. And some things that you can do that are very effective are practices or grounding rituals. Walk barefoot, really connect with the earth. That's Uranus and Taurus. Dream journaling, meditation, water rituals. That's Pisces full moon. Gratitude practice. Write down your harvest list of what's working for you in your life, and really what to release, like what absolutely isn't working for you, and where do you want to like look to make the changes that are necessary for your growth. Pisces is, like I said, is karmic endings. Is there a certain relationship? Is there, maybe you're holding on to a job that just isn't fulfilling you anymore? Maybe you're just getting in your own way, and you're like, I just need to take a chance and see what's on the other side of all this. Um, I feel like for this weekend, trust the process of change. You know, Change is good. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't like change because they get a little bit scared of it. Um, Eclipses and retrogrades can feel destabilizing. They're really here to help us evolve. You know, Evolution is going to help this planet get into a higher vibration. We can't consistently do the same things and expect different results. So really, I would say, again, going back to surrender control and just really trust the flow of life, and um, what else? I wanted to say a couple of other things. Um, it's really about alignment. It's really about alignment in all of us. And retrogrades, the energy towards it goes inward. It asks us to reflect before acting. So again, it's thinking, okay, where is it that I want my finances to be with Taurus? Where is it that I feel strong in my own personal value of what I'm trying to accomplish, whether it's a job, whether it's, your own personal finances, whether it's what you think, how you value yourself. All these things are very Taurus. Um, and I think that, we get stuck in all of this, and we kind of need this Uranus full moon energy to awaken us, to let things go that are no longer serving us. So, how this is going to work is on Saturday, Uranus is going to station direct in Taurus. And I do want to say that this book, The Daily Planetary Guide, if you're very into astrology and you want to know what's going on, purchase this book. It comes out every year, and you can see where the sky is at all times. And I know a lot of people use Chat GPT, and I think it's a wonderful tool, but it doesn't always get it right. I've had to just creating reports and using it as a tool. it could be a little bit off. So something like this is worth investing in. And I just wanted to read this really quick. Uh, Sorry, I had the page open and now I don't. Oh, okay. So Uranus is going to go direct at, or I'm sorry, in retrograde at 12:51 a.m. Eastern time. So again, you might feel very different with this. And I would suggest you go outside and ground. Go outside and ground. Not at 12:50. Well, you're up at 12:50 a.m. Yes, but in the morning when you get up, the first thing you want to do is ground, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful in all parts of the country right now, and even other parts of the world right now. So this is a perfect time to ground. The lunar eclipse look looks like it's when is it happening? It's going into looks like about 3:41 a.m. You know, so again, it's going in different, depending on what part of the country you're in. It's going to happen at different times. But again, I think this is an important spiritual weekend for you to awaken